On June 23, 2025, the United States Supreme Court made a significant and highly controversial move reviving a Trump-era immigration policy that allows the government to deport migrants to third countries without offering them a hearing to plead their case. This policy, first introduced during the Trump administration, had been halted by lower courts. But in a 6-3 emergency decision, the Supreme Court's conservative majority has given it the green light once again. The court ruled in favor of the Biden administration's request to reinstate the policy while legal challenges continue. In short, this decision allows the U.S. to send asylum seekers to so-called third countries, nations they may have never even visited, without granting them a formal hearing. The migrants impacted are currently held at a U.S. naval base in Djibouti. The U.S. government argues these deportations help manage border overflow and reduce strain on the asylum system. Here's why this ruling has triggered alarm bells. First, many of the countries migrants may be deported to, like South Sudan, Libya, or Rwanda, are unstable, with ongoing conflict, political violence, or lack of infrastructure to safely receive vulnerable individuals. Critics, including major human rights groups, say this decision violates the Convention Against Torture, a treaty the U.S. is bound to follow, which prohibits sending people to countries where they might face serious harm. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, joined by Justices Kagan and Jackson, delivered a forceful dissent. She argued the policy strips migrants of basic due process rights and exposes them to irreparable harm, especially without any chance to argue their case before an immigration judge. Legal experts also warn this could set a dangerous precedent where immigration enforcement skips core elements of legal review. This policy first appeared in late 2019, under then-President Donald Trump, as part of his broader effort to limit immigration and fast-track removals. It allowed migrants, especially those passing through countries like Guatemala or Honduras, to be returned there instead of the U.S., regardless of whether those countries could safely protect them. The policy was challenged repeatedly in federal court, with judges finding it likely violated both U.S. law and international agreements. But now the Supreme Court has overridden those lower court injunctions. So what happens now? The ruling doesn't permanently uphold the policy, it only lifts the block while litigation continues in lower courts. That means deportations can resume immediately, but the ultimate legality of the policy is still being fought in court. Meanwhile, a separate injunction from a federal court in Boston still prevents the deportation of certain individuals, especially Sudanese migrants, until more evidence is reviewed. Politically, this decision marks a major win for conservative immigration hawks who have pushed for quicker deportations and more executive power over asylum decisions. But it also reveals deep divisions not just within the court, but in the nation itself over how to handle immigration humanely and legally. For the thousands of migrants at the heart of this fight, the stakes couldn't be higher. Their future may depend not just on the next court ruling but on the next election. As legal challenges unfold and the 2024 election echoes into policy, we'll keep tracking the human impact behind the headlines. This isn't just a legal debate, it's a matter of life and death for many. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned as we follow the fallout from this major Supreme Court decision.